Hello and welcome back to our Disney Princess Challenge. As we know, in the last episode, Snow has given birth to Forest and Ash. And while she is super thrilled to be taking care of these little ones and she has someone that she can love and nurture, she is not naive to the fact that it's going to be a very difficult task at hand taking care of two babies all by herself. And she's already dealing with the ramifications of that as they are constantly feeding off of each other, in the sense that when one baby cries, the other baby cries. And so she's just trying to go ahead and feed Ash currently, and it would seem that Forest also needs to be taken care of. It does look like the game went ahead and named the babies something else, so when they age up, we will need to go ahead and name them back to Forest and Ash and get them back on track for what we actually named them when they were born. So we will be doing that. We are going to be seeing our babies age up into infants in this episode, but Snow is really thrilled about the children. As we know, she is sort of family oriented, I think, and so she's really excited about the fact that she has had these children with Florian. She is hoping that at some point he's going to come over and he's going to meet his sons, and that he's going to be just as thrilled with them as she is. So as you can see, she's just getting a little bit of cleaning done. It is a hard job, but somebody has to do it. And obviously she has to make sure that she cleans up after the little ones and their dirty diapers and the bottles and things of that nature. But they're constantly crying, they're constantly needing taken care of, and so I do think that her parenting skill is going to fly up, which is going to be great. I do want her to obviously be able to continue on with progressing her skills, so I want her to continue painting and maybe knitting and things of that nature if she has time. I know that it is going to be a lot of work for her taking care of these babies by herself. But if she does have some free time when they sleep, I am going to be trying to get her painting and knitting and doing some of the things that she wants to do with her wants, so that she is able to stay in a happy mood and she doesn't end up getting tense or anything like that, because we definitely want her going ahead and being in an overall good mood. I'm also going to go ahead and get her in here in the kitchen. We're going to have her make a meal. I know that she had made a meal before the twins were born, and I am sure there are leftovers, but I just want to make sure there is plenty of things for her to eat, because right now, honestly, she's just grabbing things as she goes. She doesn't have a whole lot of time because they are constantly crying, and so anytime she gets a spare minute, I want to make sure she has time to kind of do the things that she likes to do. And she does really enjoy cooking. As you can see, her being in here in the kitchen has made her in a really confident mood. She does enjoy cooking. She likes to get in here and make things. It makes her feel domestic, but also I think she has a little bit of culinary love in her, and I think that she likes to craft up these different meals, and she tries to feel inspired by doing so. And so she's just making a little bit of food here, and then we will have her go ahead and put that in the fridge for leftovers. Then once she's done with that, we'll probably have to go and check on the little ones again. We will go ahead and potentially call over Florian and see if he wants to come and visit, and maybe he will meet the twins and bond with them a little bit. But she also wants to just spend a little bit of time with him because she is missing him. She's longing for him. And I think that she just wants to have a conversation with him and just tell him, you know, how ecstatic she is about the birth and how it went so well, and the children are healthy and they're happy for the most part, and that, you know, things went so well. And I just want her to be able to joyously tell him these things. And so I'm going to get her in here painting for now, but then when she's done with that, we probably will call over Florian and have them visit for a little bit. And I'm sure that they're going to want to spend some quality time together as a couple to celebrate the fact that they have had two children and the fact that they're just in love. And let's face it, when you're in a relationship and you're newly engaged and you're smitten with one another and you're so in love, you don't keep your hands off each other. So I think that they would probably want to spend a little bit of quality time with each other. So we are just going to have her finish up this painting, and then we're going to have to get back in here and take care of the little ones who are once again needing some love and attention from their mom, and we will have her go and take care of that. I don't even know if she's going to be able to finish this painting, to be completely honest. I'm going to have her try, but okay, so she did finish the painting, and she's going to go take care of them, and then we'll have her sell this to a collector. So we are trying to make as much money as possible. As we know, we do have infant beds, but that's the only thing we have for the children. So there aren't any things for them for when they start to age up. So we are going to need that money. For when they age up to like toddlers, they're going to need, well, I mean, they have their playroom, so they do have toddler toys. But we are going to need money for them as they age and get older. And so she is trying to make as much money as she can to come into the household. So that is kind of why I'm having her do as much as she can in the realm of painting and knitting and things like that. And obviously when she knits, we're putting those things on Plopsy. We haven't had any bites on that currently, so the Plopsy thing kind of takes a little while before you get any takers on that. But we have put our stuff on Plopsy for sale. So she is just going ahead and taking care of the little ones, and then I'm going to have her probably get herself ready for bed soon, maybe. I don't know if that's going to be what she wants to do or not, actually, because it's really not that late. We'll just have to see how it goes. I wanted her to, you know, have Florian come around, but, you know, it's a miserable day outside, so it's not like she can go outside and really talk to the woodland creatures or anything like that. All it wants to do is rain right now. And so she's having to deal with the fact that she's kind of cooped up inside just taking care of the babies. Not that she minds taking care of them, but it's just, I think that she's kind of thinking to herself, you know, I'm really stuck indoors. I'm really unable to do anything. And before, you know, when she was here and she was by her lonesome, that would have really been bad because she would have been really forlorn and she would have been, you know, lacking in her social and things like that because she would have been by herself stuck in this house with no one to talk to. At least now she has the babies that she can love on, so that is helping her quite a bit. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to call Florian and see if he wants to go ahead and come around and hang out at the lot and come for a visit. After she gets herself a little bit of a bite to eat here, we will get Florian to come over, and then I'm just going to have her come out and check the mail here. It does seem that she has received some things in the mail. She had sent off those gems that she found outside, and we had them refined. So now she has those gemstones in her inventory that she has sent off to be refined. They got sent back to her, which is great. So it does look like Florian is going to come over, I think. So for now, we're just going to have her go on in here and do a little bit of knitting. And hopefully Florian will be able to come on over. And she's going to get a knitting project done. Hopefully the twins don't wake up screaming and she'll be able to get this project finished. And that will be one more thing that we can sell on Plopsy for a little bit of funds, which is something that we are desperately going to need. It looks like Prince Florian is calling us. He wants us to come over and visit at his house, actually, even though we invited him to come over to ours. He's like, do you want to come over to mine? We're going to say no. The reason being is because we have the twins here, and she isn't really sure how she feels about going and visiting the castle. She's not sure about leading attention into their lives like that. She's really, really worried about if she were to draw attention to herself and to Florian, if she were to show up at the castle. She knows that the evil queen is looking for her, and that if for some reason she were to be found and it were to be linked with Florian, it would put his life in danger. So she feels pretty safe being here in the forest and knowing that if he comes here, there's a good potential that they won't be found here. But his castle is the talk of the town, and it's really out in the open, and, you know, she knows that if she just shows up there, it's a good possibility that people are going to gossip, and she's like, I don't know how I feel really about that quite yet. And so she has declined his offer. She's just like, I'm really worried that I'm going to draw attention to him, and it's going to put him in harm's way. And she's not really willing to do that. She doesn't want to obviously put herself in harm's way, but she definitely doesn't want to put Florian in harm's way. And now she has the babies to look out for as well. And she's thinking, you know, I can't put anyone in danger, and I have to be able to be around to raise these kids. So, you know, her common sense, even though she wants to go see him and she wants to be close to him, she just in her right mind and in her gut just knows that she can't do that. So she is hoping that he'll, you know, decide to come on over here and see the kids, and, you know, even though she's turned him down, that he won't take that to heart and feel like she's rejecting him. You know, she has already told him that she won't live with him, and now she won't even go visit him at his house, and she knows that's a lot of rejection that he has to deal with. And being that he's the prince, she thinks to herself, you know, he doesn't ever have to deal with rejection, and he's having to deal with a lot of rejection where it comes from her. And she's hoping that, you know, he doesn't take that negatively and it doesn't start to really negatively impact their relationship. But she understands that it could. And so she is a little bit concerned about that. And so she thinks, you know, the next time I see him, I'm going to have to apologize for my behavior and for constantly rejecting him. You know, I'm not doing it because I don't care for him. I just really need him to understand that I feel like I need to protect him. And obviously, him being a man, he's going to want her to let him be the person that does the protecting. But he doesn't know the evil queen like she does, and she just feels like it's her job to protect everyone in this situation. So she's just going to go ahead and get herself a little bit of a bath. And then we'll check on the babies once more, and then we'll head everyone off to bed for the evening. And hopefully Florian will come over tomorrow since he declined coming over today. So we will, you know, make sure that at some point he does come over tomorrow and visit so that he can meet his sons, because he hasn't had a chance to do that quite yet. And she's like, you know, he needs to come over and meet them. He needs to realize that, you know, not only is he a father, but he's got two boys now. So his line is going to continue on, which is great. He has 2 heirs, and, you know, obviously for a prince, that would be great news. So we're going to let her get some rest, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so it is the next morning. Snow is up. She is going to go in here and deal with Forrest and Ash. They are really unhappy. They are starving, and they have on dirty diapers, and they just need some major tending to. So she is going to go ahead and take care of both of them, and hopefully we will go ahead and, you know, get them to stop crying. They are really, really, really unhappy. She's also going to clean up a little bit because the house is in disarray. So we are just going to make sure everyone's needs here are tended to. She is also going to need to get herself to the washroom and get herself a little bit of breakfast because she's feeling quite hungry. And then we are going to invite Florian over so that he can hopefully come and visit with his boys. And she wants him to obviously meet them. And she has a lot of things she wants to talk to him about. She obviously wants to, you know, enthuse about the children with him. But she also has a lot of things she feels that she needs to apologize to him for. And, you know, rejecting him being one of them. So she feels like she has a lot of things she needs to make up for. And she wants to make sure that their relationship is still on good grounds, and that he's still happy with her, and that she's not ruining anything between them. And so she does want him to come over. She does want them to have a really good conversation about the fact that she's not, you know, messing up their engagement or anything like that. She knows that they are having a long engagement, but she's not wanting to harm their relationship in any way. And so she just needs to make sure that he still feels the same way about her that she feels about him, and that he is totally on the same page with her. So she has invited him over. He's going to go ahead and come on round, and he has obviously come in and just gone straight to her bed. Why has he done that? I'm not really sure. But she's going to go in there and grab herself something to eat because she is feeling, like I said, quite hungry this morning. And he's just kind of tending to things around the house here, which is perfect. He's kind of cleaning up a little bit, and he's going to sit down and have a little bit of a chat with her here while she has her breakfast. And they are going to go ahead and discuss the little ones. And she's going to flirt with him a little bit, and she's just going to tell him how much she is fond over him. And she's, you know, going to explain to him how she feels and that she is sorry that she keeps rejecting him. She's just going to tell him, you know, I really do love you so much. I just want you to know that. Like, I realize I keep rejecting you. I realize that, Look at her give him a kiss. Oh, we love that. I realize that I keep, kind of hurting your feelings by rejecting you, and I'm not trying to do that. And he's like, it's fine. Why don't we go make up? And she's like, how can we do that? And he's like, you can apologize to me in bed. And she's like, okay. So they're going to go in here. They're going to have themselves a little bit of a woohoo. They're going to kind of bond over a little bit of makeup time in the bedroom. And he's like, you can make it up to me. And I feel like that's a very guy response, but that's okay. And so they're just going ahead and having a little bit of bonding time, and she is showing him how she does feel about him and that he is very important to her. And she's hopefully solidifying their relationship in his mind, because I think men don't take rejection very easily. And I think that maybe it is hurting his psyche a little bit. I think that he's probably thinking to himself, like, why does she keep rejecting me? Why will she not just let me take care of her? Why will she not, let me be the one that protects her? And he doesn't really understand why she is like she is. He understands that she's worried. He understands that she's fearful for everyone. But at the same time, he's thinking, I am a prince. Like, I have power that, like, over the kingdoms and over the realms. And, she can't just see that I'm not useless. I'm not worthless. Like, I have some type of protection for her here. And I'm going to be a future king. And, if she marries me and when she marries me, she's going to be my future queen. We will have power. Like, she's going to be safe. But Snow isn't really thinking like that. Like, all she can think is, this evil queen has magical powers and she wants me dead. And that's all she can see. She can't see past the end of her nose. And she's worried, and she's not thinking about the fact that he's a prince and that he has a kingdom and that he has, the power to banish people and things like that. Like, she's not thinking about things like that. All she's thinking about is her fear. And but he's getting, these conflicting feelings from her, in the sense that these rejection feelings are causing him a bit of, grief and a bit of paranoia. And so her being able to make this up to him and, them having that woohoo has shown him how she does really feel. And I think it's given him a little bit of confidence that obviously, Snow's feelings are true. So we are just going to go ahead and age up the first child, which is Forrest. He got calm as his trait, and so we are going to be going ahead and we will be seeing him in Cass, and we'll be giving him his makeover. And now we're going to go ahead and age up Ash, and we will be seeing Ash age up to an infant as well. And Ash also got the calm trait, and so both Forrest and Ash have aged up into infants, and we are going to just hop into Cass with them, and we're going to go and give them their makeovers, and we are going to see what it is that they look like, which is going to be super exciting. I can't wait for that. So let's go see them now. Okay, so we have arrived back in the game, and as you can see, our infants are aged up, and we have done their makeovers. They are super cute. I'm just going to go ahead and have Snow put them in their cribs so that they can get a little bit of rest, and then we are going to have Prince and Snow spend a little bit of quality time together, and they are going to have a little bit more discussion together about their relationship and about the children. She is just going to go ahead and ask him how he feels about children. Obviously, she loves children. She, she was an only child, and she always felt like she wished she had siblings, and she wished that, she had a big family. And so I think that for her, she wants a big family. She knows that this is hard, taking care of all of these, kids. Like, she's got the twins, and she's like, this is tough. But she loves the fact that she's got these children, and she's very nurturing. And so she definitely wants to have more. She did have that woohoo with him, so she is going to go ahead and take a pregnancy test just to see if anything came of it. She is curious, obviously. She's hopeful that she will have babies, but unfortunately she is not pregnant. So she is going to just let him know. I think he left, actually. So great, now you have to fix that toilet. So she will let him know the next time she sees him that unfortunately they are not expecting that she got a negative pregnancy test. And she's going to have to share that news with him because, she's saddened by that information because she does want more kids. And she obviously wants more kids with Florian because she is in love with him. She wants him to father her children. And so when she has woohoo with him, like, she hopes that she gets pregnant. Every single time she secretly hopes that she gets pregnant. And when she doesn't, she's really saddened by that. Like, you can see that she is saddened by that news that she, got a negative pregnancy test. So she is going to just tell him, like, she's calling him back round. Because she's like, I don't know why he left. I really wanted us to have a conversation. So she is going to have him come back over, and they're going to have a little bit of a talk because she wants to tell him, like, I want you to be really close with the boys, and I want you to come over all the time, and I want you to spend as much time with them as possible. And she also wants to tell him about the negative pregnancy test. And so she is just going to tell him all of this information, and she's going to ask him, like, how do you feel about kids? Like, would you want more, or are you, like, secure with the two boys? Like, I don't know how you feel about it. Do you have any siblings? And he's like, actually, no, I'm an only child. And she's like, oh, okay. And he's like, but, my parents will be thrilled about the fact that I've already, had 2 children. And she's like, do they know anything about that? And he's like, I haven't actually told them about you or the kids yet. And she's like, are you planning on telling them about us? And he's like, I am, but I wanted to make sure that things were really, really serious. And she's like, I accepted your proposal. Things are serious. And he's like, yeah, but you refused to come around. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, and that rejection was really hurting me. And she's like, I'm really, really sorry. And he's like, it's okay. Clearly they've decided to go and have a bit of a woohoo. Again, these two are, like I said, really smitten with one another, and they can't keep their hands off of each other. Anytime he comes around, they end up in bed with one another. And every time they do, like I said, she secretly hopes that she is going to be expecting. And unfortunately, that last time she wasn't. I don't know if this time she will or not either, but we will just have to find out and see. But she is hoping that he will bring her up to his parents. She's hoping that obviously his parents will learn of her existence, because she feels like their relationship is serious. Like, she has accepted his proposal and she wants to spend her life with him. And right now she obviously can't do that because she's trying to protect him. But she knows that at some point she is going to be his bride, and she is going to be the future queen, and she wants his parents to know that. And he's like, I just have to explain to them how I've found a hidden princess and explain your situation. And I'm not exactly sure how to do that right yet, because they're going to want to get involved and they're going to want to protect you, and you're adamant that you don't want anyone involved. And she's like, I understand what you're telling me, I do. And he's like, so I'm just trying to figure out the best way possible to kind of do all of those things. And she's like, okay. So she's just letting him know that they had a negative pregnancy test here, and he's obviously going to be pretty upset about that as well, because I do think that he does want more children. He's told her that he does want more children, and so he's pretty upset by that news. They clearly have gained a sentiment. They are really, really close with one another, these two, And so he's like, I'm just going to get a little bit of, he's hiding now that she's told him that bad news. That's awful. But she's going to go ahead and take care of the little ones here. We're just going to get them a little bit of a feed. And hopefully soon we will be able to maybe bring up her being able to meet the parents. I don't really know how that is going to go. We'll have to see. It's going to depend on how he decides to go ahead and bring that up. And if he decides to let them know that he is, engaged to a hidden princess. But I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next Disney Princess Challenge, where we are going to see more of Snow and her little ones. She is just taking herself another pregnancy test to see if anything came of it. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like that is the case. So until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.